Day 4. First off, 9/11. Everybody knows what happened. We need to come together as a country, as a person. Doesn't matter what the debate was last night. But everybody just think about that. We were together more at 9/11 the day after, 2 days after, 3 days after than we ever have been, than we are now. But day 4 of chopping wood is like building a business. When you're chopping wood, you're going to come into obstacles. I've had it where my chainsaw wouldn't start. Your blades get dull. Your axe gets dull. You run out of gas in any of the stuff that you're using. Things that you have to overcome. You have some knots in a piece of wood and you have to actually come with a different angle. Maybe you have to cut it with a chainsaw or a different axe. You have to chop from a different way. You have to cut it smaller. You have obstacles that you come into when you're cutting wood. Same thing with business. You have obstacles that come into play. A person quits. A person backs into another car. We just had a couple of that. Runs over, curbs it, and blows out the oil pan in it. They curb it so bad. Employees do a lot of different crazy things. I do some crazy things. Let's say we take on a job epoxying floors. That's a good one that Eli and I did years ago, and that's a whole story in and of itself that we shouldn't be doing and decide we're smarter than the directions and go faster than what we should. But you come up with obstacles that you got to overcome. I do start believing more and more that a person that can overcome obstacles is the best employee. They don't have to have the super nose to the grindstone, but if they can figure out options and make decisions, they become the best employee that you can possibly have. So if you can find somebody that can problem solve and overcome obstacles, they're going to be your best employee. Pay them. But that's how you build a business: is you got to overcome obstacles. Not everything is hunky dory when building a business. Same thing with chopping wood. You got to sharpen your axe. You got to figure something out. You got to change things. You got to take your saw in and get it fixed from somebody else. You got to change the fuel filter. If you want to do things yourself, you got to have infield fixes. You got outfield fixes. All this different stuff. So, with that being said, today was about overcoming obstacles, and life isn't always great, especially when building a business.